Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Megan. I am currently 27 years old and I have been clean for almost 2 years from heroin. Now, this is the longest time that I have been sober, and I want to tell you guys a little bit how I got sober this time. And I did this being pregnant with my son, who is turning 1 year old on the 21st of November, and oh my god, I cannot believe that it has been a year already. Mind blown. Okay, so I think it was the end of February, beginning of March, when I found out I was pregnant, and I went in, or no, it was the end of May, beginning of April, and I got into the rehab on June 4th of 2018. But I had stopped using May 21st, 2018. Alright, so I stopped a couple weeks after I had found out that I was using, and I had put myself on Suboxone. But it was extremely hard because I knew that if I just quit using cold turkey, and I was using in between 2 grams at the least to 5 grams at the most, sometimes more than that a day. That is a lot of heroin to use pregnant. So, my husband and I found out that I was pregnant, and we both got clean together. He went to an outpatient rehab program called Rehab. He also went and stayed with his mother in Bucyrus because we had lost everything in our home. We had sold every single thing that was valuable to us that you could sell. Our TVs, our washer and dryers, our bed. Literally everything. Every single thing that we could sell, we sold. We had no electric. Our gas was getting ready to be shut off. We had nothing. No running water, no nothing. This is how bad off you get when you are strung out on drugs. Great, my camera's about to die. So, what we did was, he went there, and I went to, which his counselor got me into this place, because you would not believe how hard it is to find a rehab, an inpatient rehab, being pregnant. Now, I failed a drug test for my probation officer, and he let me go because I convinced him that it was faulty, that it was not real, blah, blah, blah. He didn't know I was pregnant, because I knew if I would have told him I was pregnant, he for sure would have locked me up. And I would have went back to prison for 2 years, because I have 2 years over my head. Now, Willie's counselor got me into this place because I had drove an hour and a half away, almost an hour and a half away to Columbus, because they claimed, they took pregnant women, blah, blah, blah. Went down there, nobody knew what I was talking about. Okay, boom, next day. Drive all the way, which is 2.5 hours away, to Toledo to get into a place called the Zeph Center down there, Toledo, Ohio. No, they don't accept pregnant people. So, then I tried locally. Nobody takes pregnant people. Maryhaven literally kicked me out because I was pregnant. They wanted me to go to a place called 3rd Street Clinic, which they took pregnant women, but they wanted me to detox off of the Suboxone for a week. They would give me maintenance medication, which most of it I couldn't even take because I was pregnant. Then I would get blood work done in a week, wait another week before I would see a doctor to get back on Suboxone. No, thank you. Not doing that. So, my main goal was to get off Suboxone, Subutex, all of it, and just do this completely cold turkey, because I didn't know that if I weaned myself off the Suboxone, at that point in time, I did not know that I could lose the baby. So, Tammy, his counselor, calls and was like, hey, I got you into this place. It's called the Beacon House. It's in Worcester, Ohio. They want you to go up Tuesday at 4 p.m. for an interview. Cool, fine, do it. Grandma and Grandpa take me up there. I go in, do the interview with the nurse and the staff and all that, and then you have to go into the back part of the house because it's like a house, but it's inpatient. But you can leave at any time you want. You can walk to meetings. Once you got to get like gain trust and all that, and level up, and go to walk to meetings, walk to doctor's appointments if you have them, anything. Your counseling, all that was in-house. So, I go into the back part of the house and meet the ladies that actually are living in that home being rehabilitated. We get along fine, perfect, awesome, so excited to go. So, I have to wait after that for a phone call for them to accept me in. So I was only using the Subutex, and I was using in between 2 to 4 milligrams a day. Sometimes I would have to take a full 8 because I would be, it was half of it was going to me and half of it was going to Lincoln, the baby that I was pregnant with, which is my almost 1-year-old son. Okay, so then I would say probably 2 weeks later, my PO calls. Was like, listen, the test came back completely dirty. You have failed for heroin, you have failed for crack cocaine, you failed for fentanyl, and you failed for benzos. 4 things I failed for. He's like, you need to come see me. You are going to jail. Willie goes up there and talks to him, tells him like, look dude, we found a freaking inpatient rehab for her. She is doing great now. She is clean. She can pass the drug test for you. He said, please do not send her to prison. I do not want my son born in prison. So the rehab calls the following day and tells me, hey, we've accepted you in here. Could you be here Thursday, I think is what it was. It was a Thursday or a Friday, something, Wednesday maybe. I don't know. June 4th, 2018. Look it up if you want to. They call me in to go in, and when I was at the interview, I got a list of all the stuff that I needed. Got everything: laundry soap, 5 pairs of shirts, 5 shirts, 5 pairs of pants, 2 shoes, some shorts, bras, underwear, all that. Now, when I went in, I had every intention of staying there until my son was born and afterwards, because they told me it was a 4 to 6 month program. This was probably one of the absolute hardest things to do, is to put yourself in rehab on your own. I've never quit doing drugs on my own. I've been arrested, I've went to jail, went to prison, and had been made to quit using drugs. Never done it on my own until then. Growing up, I didn't have the best life. My dad was a drunk. He was a heroin addict. He was a crackhead, meth addict. My mom, she was a nurse, making $32 an hour. Started using pills, started stealing pills from patients in the nursing home. Fell out in the bathroom, which is overdose, on a fentanyl patch that was stolen from from a patient that was in a nursing home, in the nursing home's bathroom at work. Lost her job, went to prison, got out. That's what I'm saying. Like, I did not have a good job or good growing up. Not at all. So my train of thought was, oh my God, everything that I didn't want for my children is going to happen unless I make this decision to get my shit together. So that's what I did. I went there and I focused on my sobriety. I focused on staying clean. I focused on God, my higher power. I went through the steps. I went to meetings. Every single day you had to go to one meeting, sometimes more if you wanted to, but you were mandatory 7 meetings a week, 1 a day. I focused on myself. I didn't make friends there. I mean, I made friends, but I didn't hang out with people. I stayed to myself. I stayed in recovery books. I stayed in recovery workbooks. I stayed in the Word. I stayed in everything positive that I could put in my life, I did. Every single thing positive that I could put in my life, I did. After so long, you know, they want you to start going to, like, we had a schedule set out for us. Every week, it was the exact same schedule. You ate 3 meals a day. You came to the table and ate. You prayed every single meal. You prayed before you ate. Before you even got up to get your food, we all prayed together. Then, we had to be up by 7 o'clock, bed made by 7:10, dressed by 7:30, downstairs, eating breakfast by 8. After that, boom, go to a freaking group. Every day it was different. Every single day it was different. Then, you know, there was one counselor in there, so we would have counseling. I do believe it was once a week you had counseling. We did get to leave, you know, for meetings and stuff. Now, when you first got there, your first week, you had to be with staff at all times, anytime you left the Beacon House. I was fine with that. I didn't care. Most of the women, they complained about it because they couldn't be with their friends. And, you know, I had seen girls get kicked out for having sex with the Pathway Boys, looking at the Pathway Boys, talking to the Pathway Boys, sneaking on computers, stuff like that. I was not for that. I was not for the kiddie stuff. I was not mandatory to be there. So I really wanted this. I wanted this for myself. I wanted this for my child. I wanted this for my family. So I followed all the rules. I did everything I was supposed to. I did extra work. I always asked for extra because that's all I did was stay in recovery work. That's all I did. You know, eventually they want you to start going to the gym. We did yoga twice a week, gym 3 times a week. They want to prepare you to start living a healthy lifestyle, eating a proportioned meal for 3 times a day. You know, we were allowed to have snacks. We could have open access to the refrigerator any single time that we wanted. But they encouraged you to eat healthy, live a healthy lifestyle, and live sober. By the end of it, we had to facilitate meetings, which I did. We had to facilitate a couple groups, which I did, of course, because that's the only way you could coin out. Coin out is graduate. Then you get a little coin and you get a certificate saying that you completed it, and you get to go home. Now, I completed this in 93 days. 93 days. This is a 4 to 6 month program, and I completed it in 93 days. I had 3 months, well, about 2.5 months before my son was born. I come home, and I had every intention of getting a job and providing for my son and being with my husband, but my husband did not want me to work. He wanted me to do the whole stay-at-home mom thing, which I was 100% okay with. Financially, we was set. It took us probably 6-7 months of him working before we got our washer and dryer back. not the same one. We had to go get new. A washer and dryer, a new couch, beds, furniture, dishes, getting our electric back on. I mean, that was one of the first things, of course, because I had to have a home to come home to. I mean, I am telling you guys right now, that was one of the hardest things for me to do. I'm not somebody that can just leave my family and be okay with it. I'm not somebody that can leave their husband and just be okay with it. I was able to call home. When you first get there, the first 30 days, they don't allow you to call anybody. Nobody from the outside, not family, not nobody. I was on Subutex while I was there. I was prescribed 8 milligrams a day. Now, when I went there, I had every intention to get off of that. They sent me to Akron Hospital down in Akron, Ohio, and they had put me back on the Subutex and told me that if I got off of it, that I would lose my son. I had like an 83% chance of losing my son, and I wasn't willing to take that. So, that is how I got myself clean. Now, when I came home, I continued going to meetings. I continued going to NA, AA, staying in recovery books, staying in the Word. That big AA Alcoholics Anonymous group, I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like, you can like go to Bob's house. What is his last name? Why can I not think? The founder of AA. You can go to his house. Like, it's like a museum. You can look through everything. Why can I not think of this? But it's a huge, I mean, you see people that have been clean for 60, 70 years, 40 years, 30 years, all the way down to one day. That is powerful, let me tell you. Tears just flowing. Knowing that somebody can be clean for that long gave us all hope that what we were doing in that place was worth it. That what we were doing to fight for our lives was worth it. I was literally fighting for my life being there. I mean, you don't even know how many times I overdosed before I went there. How many times I literally fallen asleep at the wheel and almost ran into people. I mean, I've run into cornfields. Nodded out. That could have been somebody I killed. I could have killed myself. I don't think people completely understand when you start, because I know I didn't. When I started using heroin, I didn't know that it was this powerful. I had no idea. I didn't know anything about withdrawal until I went through it. You just do it for fun, to numb yourself, to block out everything. And it literally takes hold of your entire life. Your entire life. You lose every single thing, everything. You lose family, you lose friends, you lose all your belongings, your home, your family, your everything. You lose it. You lose yourself, most importantly. You lose literally everything. Everything is gone. From heroin, from methamphetamines, from Adderall, from drugs. Drugs, period. They ruin your life. And I wish people, like Dare, that does nothing. They tell you not to do drugs. For what? Why wouldn't I? You're sitting there telling me not to do that. I'm going to do that. That's my personality. You tell me not to do something and I'm going to do it and tell you how fun it was. People need to watch videos like this right here. We need to see this stuff firsthand. Even though I seen it firsthand, I still went for it. It's kind of like something you can give all the information to your children that you want, or that you can, or that you need, or feel that you need to do. Because we are completely open and honest with our kids. We're going to completely be open and honest with Lincoln and this baby here. You know, age appropriately, of course, but we're not going to sugarcoat nothing. You know, we're going to show them and tell them, we lose everything. You lose everything. You can die. Lose your life from drugs. It's no fun. Drinking isn't fun. Smoking weed isn't fun. Shooting heroin, snorting heroin, smoking meth, shooting meth, snorting meth. None of that stuff is fun. For a minute, yeah, I had fun at the beginning. But once I started losing everything, that wasn't fun to me no more. I had to do it. I had to do it to keep myself from not being sick. From not shitting all over myself, puking all over myself. Not even being able to stand my own freaking skin. That's what drug addiction is like. That's what it feels like. I hope that you guys like this video. I hope that you guys get something from this video. I love you guys. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and you want to see more like this. Or comment down below if you guys want to know anything. Have any video ideas, suggestions, likes, whatever. Leave those down in the comment section. I love you guys. Please get sober, stay sober, and stay safe. I love you guys.